Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to your daily divine messages from Spirit. Happy Friday and happy final day of February. Can you believe it? We're literally on the last day of February, you guys. It feels like the beginning of the year has, you know, it's felt like the longest, shortest day of the year. Like January was forever, 85 days long. February was like 1 day long. Honk for confirmation, right? So, I think that that is just because we are in some really big energy. We are quantum shifting and leaping and transmuting and collapsing timelines. It's really beautiful as we tap into our highest versions of ourselves, best versions of ourselves, which is so exciting. But yes, it is definitely doing a lot through this collective these days. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Princess Leah. I'm an intuitive artist and healer. I use the tools of healing arts, the performing arts, to heal the hearts of a woman and the soul of mankind through conscious love with tarot, oracles, intuitive downloads, like whether it's through this beautiful heart sound bowl, or sometimes I have prophetic downloads through song lyrics. Um, you may also see my channel with posts of songs or me dancing, because all of it is with the intention for the mission of healing the heart of a woman and soul of mankind, pulling the highest frequencies of spirit. So today on my Daily Divines, what I do is I pull from the tarot, the Star Child Akashic Tarot, the Beyond Lemuria Oracles, and the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, so that we can tap into our next steps. We tap into our sound bowl healing so that we can see what our heart chakra is about. And we're going to see what this Friday energy is with the planets all aligning for us. Once in a lifetime do we get to experience something like this. The new moon in Pisces we had yesterday. We're still in those potent post shadows. We're still in the moon of Pisces for a little bit longer, but we're definitely feeling that potent energy of ending the cycles of, we're finally closing the door with Pisces being the 12th house and the last zodiac. We're closing the door on some final, I just heard karmas, patterns, and that way we can move into this new moon planting the seeds. That way the seeds of who we are, the North Node Pisces in Pisces is also planting the seeds of who we are becoming, who we are intended to be. And it's a really, really, really beautiful energy. We have so much Piscean energy in the collective, so like 4 or 5 planets, the sun, the moon, North Node, the Saturn, and Neptune, and I'm pretty sure Mercury too. So here we are. That is such beautiful 6 planets in this Pisces energy of the dreamer, of the intuitive, of the mystic. Okay, so we're planting the seeds of our dreams. We're planting the seeds of our dream life. We're closing doors on things that are outdated versions of ourselves. We're clearing out, soul karmas and patterns so that we can truly rise into this beautiful who our highest self came to this earth to be. Okay, so it's really exciting. So let yourself shine through it all, as even though this new moon is technically the darkest of the night, let your light shine through it all. I just am loving it. And if your energy and if the weather around you is helping bring back some energy, getting under the sun, maybe you did some Piscean water like rituals, or setting intentions, even just writing out what doors am I closing, what seeds am I planting, what intentions am I setting. You could place those, in water. You can take a bath while you're setting those intentions and just really marinate and set and be in that space. Whatever works for you, that's what we need to do right now. So let's go ahead and tap into our heart chakra. Let's see what our heart wants us to know, what our higher self, what spirit wants us to know from our heart before we tap into these beautiful cards of energy. Yeah, so you can place your hand on your heart. Whatever messages come through are for you. I didn't even turn on a meditation background because the nature background of the birds outside my window, it is just so peaceful. A bumblebee landed on me today and I wasn't even afraid. I was excited to see a bumblebee coming out and looking at that symbolism. The spiritual meaning of a bumblebee is of manifestation, manifesting magic. Okay, I love that, and the hard work and the importance of community and that community work. I love that too. Birds are messengers as well. Bees are messengers. I just heard the song, the old one. Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the moon up above and a thing called love. I love that. Let me tell you about the stars and the sky and a girl and a guy and the way they would kiss on a night like this. That takes me back to elementary school. 6th grade choir. But maybe that resonates right now as we're moving into this beautiful spring revival of life after the cold, dreary winter. You never know. Weather is unpredictable these days, so we could go back to below zero weather next week. But to have the ending of this February with this beautiful week of, at least where I'm at, in the northern hemisphere, and just to have this week of such beautiful weather and the sunshine and being able to bring my plants outside and hang out on the balcony and listen to the birds hanging out. And then I just feel like this bumblebee was like the first sign of life coming back, which is beautiful. It's like the first sign of, okay, things are coming out of hibernation, which is exciting. I have this giddy feeling in my heart because it feels like things are coming out of their hibernation, right? Maybe you feel like you're finally coming out of hibernation. Maybe you feel like you are, in a new era of energy. You just have a new wind of energy. Maybe you feel like you've just been hibernating in that feminine energy of being, of receiving, attracting. And now you're like, okay, I got a little bit of juice in me. Let me use this juice to flow. Let me use this juice to plant seeds. Let me use this juice to reconnect, to collaborate. That's also that Mars energy and Mars going direct in Cancer this past week as well. We also have Venus going in retrograde tomorrow. So this whole week, all the planets have been direct for the first time in a very long time. And then tomorrow, Venus goes retrograde. And that's exciting, but it is going to be interesting of how that will, slow down our heart space a little bit, slow down, and reflect, kind of reevaluate where your business, your career, your finances, your relationships, your heart, your love. How can you show up better in these areas is what I'm hearing actually. This Venus retrograde is going to help us with how can we show up better. People from the past relationships may show up because retrogrades, a lot of, past kind of comes back. Venus being the planet of love, of career, of beauty. I wouldn't make any big decisions on your beautification, is what I'm hearing. Anything permanent, but this might be a time where you may rethink what is beauty. Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. Maybe you're looking around and saying, my abundance is not founded in these material things. But maybe you're also recognizing I do actually still like material things to look nice. I just heard Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. Maybe you have a Taurus. Maybe you have a Taurus and Venus. Or Venus and Taurus. But I'm hearing Spirit just singing that song. Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the moon up above and a thing called love. I just love that line. Maybe that's significant too. Maybe that's just like what you're hearing. You're just kind of in this studious, let me learn about the birds and the bees and the way life moves, the circle and cycle of life and love. What is love? I feel like I've been a student of love, and my whole life I've always been a seeker of conscious love. Understanding what love is not, or I guess understanding what love is based on seeing what love is not, experiencing and witnessing. That's why my channel is very strongly on mission to raise vibrations into conscious love, for us to tap into our highest frequencies of our high heart chakra, to bring bliss, joy, ecstasy to our life, pleasure, blessings, beauties, benefits, all of it. Very sacral activation is what I'm hearing too. Maybe you feel like your sacral has been healing, activating. The Kundalini rising, that's that year of the snake energy as well that we moved into with the new moon and the lunar new year for the new moon in Aquarius. Okay, maybe you feel like your chakras, again, that are very activated, your energy, maybe you feel very sensitive because you're activated. So energetically, maybe you feel extremely sensual. Maybe you feel very emotional. Really And really reflect on and allow yourself to really tap into that and to feel that. And to allow yourself to explore it. If you have a safe partner, you want to explore those things, as that Tantra healing is what I'm hearing, bringing vibrations up to a higher frequency, bringing your sensuality from the sacral up into your heart, moving through your sacral energy of sensuality from the space of higher frequency. And even if you don't have a partner necessarily to experience those kind of tantric healing, you can still do that within yourself. Really tap into the frequency of your own highest love, manifesting. The sacral energy is about manifestation. It's about the creation, the birth, the conception. That's like the feminine energy of the non-physical, of the seeds planting, right? That's what this Pisces new moon is. I'm hearing the planets are aligning our chakras, activating them. Let all of this energy, the new moon, the year of the snake, that Kundalini, Shakti, awaken and be mindful and conscious about it. You know, you got to be self-aware of what's happening within your body so you're not accidentally projecting any energy that might be rising. Sometimes it can be really luscious and delicious and beautiful and frisky, and sometimes it can be very dense and frustrating and uncomfortable. All of those energies are important to release with loving kindness, patience. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. That was kind of a long download, but sometimes they're shorter, sometimes there's more that Spirit wants to say. But let's go ahead and tap into, let's see if there's any additional messages that Spirit wants to add on with the tarot. You can see that these little affirmations flew out as I was preparing for the deck. So I see them as messages to go coincide with the messages of the cards. So we have this one with the Star Child Akashic Tarot, that my feelings matter. And that's very true, going back to what we were just saying about our energy, whatever emotions that are coming up, they are important to allow to come up. So what is it that Spirit wants us to know about our feelings? How we can navigate through our feelings, through this time, for this weekend, through this alignment, as we also then shift into a new month. The month of spring. Spring break is already around the corner. Yes. Your feelings matter. Thank you, Spirit. So look at that. We have the sun. It was in reverse when I pulled it around, but we have the sun. Look at that. As we're talking about this spring break, the sunshine, this is your truth. This is your light that cannot be dimmed. This is joy, ecstasy, the most excitement that you can feel. That's why your feelings matter, because your feelings of excitement, your feelings of joy, your feelings of, your truth is coming into is transforming. Your feelings matter because you are going through a transformation today and this weekend. So honor your feelings. Honor your feelings as they are going through a major transformation in a divine clarity, a sense of divine clarity you will awaken to this weekend. Today you may be feeling it. Today you may be feeling this. Yeah, I'm hearing that today you're feeling some transformation. Maybe that's why your feelings are kind of all over the place, if they are. Maybe they're going from very ecstatic and excited, like that sun card. You know, truth is awakening. You're in coming in alignment, enlightened. Enlightenment is the word that wants to come through. You're transforming through spirit when spirit's trying to come through with a download of how to word it, because sometimes as I'm trying to articulate the energy as I'm channeling, human words have a sometimes it's a little hard to pull into the human words form of what this energy is. But spirit is saying, like, you are coming, that sun energy that we saw, you're going through a major clarity and transformational enlightenment. Yeah, what you don't see here at the bottom of the deck, the seeds being planted, that Seven of Crystals. What you don't see this weekend that's coming is major, major, major divine clarity, and of what seeds that are being planted, of how much you have been planting the right seeds. Here's my cat Tony, so I'm hearing whenever Tony, my Mr. Grandma Tony Popsicle comes into the reading, I always think of my grandma presence. So maybe someone else's grandmother is here in that presence that's helping you through this transformation. There's the sun card underneath the Seven of Crystals. Yeah. And the Empress underneath the sun. Yeah. So definitely some feminine energy helping you through this transformation of more clarity of what seeds you are wanting to plant during this new moon in Pisces. What seeds you are awakening to that brings you joy. You're planting seeds of joy, right? There's that sacral energy of pleasure, of life's blessings and beauties and benefits. Because you are attracting, like the divine feminine, you are attracting so much abundance. Here's Tony feels the need to come through and cut through instead of going around. So I'm hearing spirit is this transformation. This is spirit helping you cut through. I just heard the BS. I'm also hearing a shortcut. This transformation, this awakening may feel like, I'm hearing spirits giving you a shortcut. If you let yourself listen to what kind of clarity that you need to cut out, that will help you transform faster, is what I'm hearing. As well as the seeds that are planting now. They can't grow any faster of what you prefer. But spirit, I'm hearing, has divine source has the magic to grow, to cut out, to give you a shortcut, to, I'm hearing even collapsed timelines that can feel like a shortcut. Like, yeah, that's why it feels like time is going by so fast, because you're calling in, attracting in faster, manifesting in faster, growing faster, because you're cutting through the BS. You're letting spirit cut out the BS in your life. You're letting spirit give you this clarity of what is transforming you into your highest divine feminine energy, your highest impress of, whether you're a divine feminine or not, we all have that feminine energy of attracting in abundance, receiving magical abundance, receiving joy. The collapsing of the timelines, cutting time in half is what I'm hearing. What would have, yeah, that's why the Seven of Pentacles, what would have taken, let's say for instance, what would have taken a year is now shifting and transforming and bringing you there faster. Maybe learning a new skill you thought was going to take you 6 months, but you learned it in 3 months, or a new language, or how to, starting a business, or growing your business, or even in a relationship. You thought, that, the courting, meeting, dating phase is being cut in half, in the sense of like, because you're more clear of what it is that you want. You're not guessing, you're not making those mistakes in the sense of, not being sure of what it is that you want. You're clear of what you want. You're clear of who you are. So the dating phase, some of you may meet someone this weekend, or with the Venus retrograde going into retrograde tomorrow. You may be feeling like someone might come back into your life and say, you know what, I'm going to try again, right? And it may jump from being not talking to we're in a full-blown relationship. You might meet someone that this is just going to be for a small few, not for everyone. And if you're not trying to attract that in, then that's okay too. But if this is a romantic thing for someone that you are calling in, you may meet someone and you feel like you've already known them for months, for years, and have been dating for months and years, and it becomes more serious faster than you thought. Why? Because you're collapsing timelines. Why? Because you're cutting out all of the extra unnecessary, because you're more clear on who you are, on what you want. So the seeds that have been planted are growing what seems like faster. The timelines that you thought it would take for you to get from point A to point Z is faster than what you thought. And this doesn't have to be in a relationship. It's just for an example, but for the other examples I've used as well, this could be in a career, in a business startup, in, manifesting abundance, and financial expansion, whatever it is. That's just joy. A lifetime, a timeline of joy is being called in, and you're receiving it, and you are manifesting it, calling it in, attracting it in much faster. And that's why you're going through this major transformation this week. It's going to something that's going to transform your life this week, because of the amount of clarity you are getting right now, today, this weekend. Beautiful. We have the Beyond Lemuria deck, that the affirmation says, today is going to be an awesome day. So I'm hearing Spirit say, let every week, sorry for that glare, let every week be a, interesting that I said week when this says day. But Spirit wants you to say every week can become a better week based on every day that you choose to start believing it to be an awesome day. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years, years turn into lifetime. So if you start with today saying it's going to be an awesome day, then that means your week will be an awesome week. Your month will be an awesome month. Okay, you hear what I'm saying? Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. Okay. So that is how you can transform. And that's how you transform through the clarity of what it is that you want. You want awesome days, right? You want that sunshine of bliss, of ecstasy, of joy. You want that. Empress, divine. Maybe some of you are saying, I want my divine feminine, right? But you want that divine feminine energy of attraction. You just naturally attract. You naturally call in. You naturally bring in abundance. People be like, how'd you do that? Magic? Nah, you're just a divine feminine. Okay, this plane came over. This plane is coming over. That is of communication. All right. So you may be calling in communication from a job opportunity, a collaboration with people, a love interest. And people be like, how'd you do that? Magic? No, I'm just a divine feminine. I'm tapping into my divine feminine energy, which is in alignment with that magical energy, because that is that divine serendipity is what I'm hearing. Divine intervention is what I see with that Ace of Swords too. Here comes, oh, look at this, Tony Popsicle here, Grandma Tony Popsicle. And then we have this portal keeper with the cat. So yes, you definitely, and cats are very intuitive, but they're also very independent. So maybe you are tuning into the independence of yourself, right? That is, divine feminine is very intuitive, and she's very independent because she trusts that she is protected. She trusts that all is provided for. She trusts that evil eye protector, that you don't have to worry about evil thoughts, energies trying to come at you. You are protected through this portal. Number 5, 50, rat of expansion. Okay, you are independent. You are independent with source. You are recognizing as the divine feminine energy of that cat-like energy that you don't need to rely on anything. That you can rely on source. Even the stuttering of my voice, of my words trying to say that was like, oh, is that true? Can I really trust that? But the true divine feminine energy goes beyond the mind of how can I trust if I can't see. They go beyond the mind of what the ego human chatter wants you to believe. And she just receives. She says, I have all that I need, that I will always have everything that I need. You know what that is? That's transforming you into abundance mentality as opposed to lack mentality. That's the divine feminine, is abundant, resourceful. That's Venus energy. Look at this. Look. Journey to wholeness and manifest ya. Absolutely. You are this weekend coming into the journey of your wholeness. You're awakening to the journey of wholeness. You're transforming. You're going through a major transformation this weekend into this new journey, this new timeline into your wholeness. You're manifesting all this feminine energy. You have guides, someone has grandmothers on the other side, and in spirit realm, guiding you in this journey to wholeness, helping you with this manifesting and reminding you that you are protected, that this transformation is protected, that you independently need no one but source. You need not rely on man, on flesh, on money, on material, on these physical things. I'm not saying that you just got to go and turn into you got to just sell everything and go live in the woods. I'm not saying you don't need those things to live in the lifestyle that you want, but I'm saying Spirit wants you to know that you don't need to rely on those things as your source. of wholeness. When you recognize the difference between attaching and identifying with the material things of this world, with external counterparts, as a source of your significance, that's when you manifest from a place of wholeness. That's when you manifest the mostest. Thank you, Spirit. Go beyond the mind of what you think you need. Go beyond the mind of what the ego human says that you have to rely on. Go beyond the mind of what you have been so attached to. I'm just like, yes, I'm actually called to this part. I'm just going to read it because I'm called to it right now. Real love is accepting other people the way they are without trying to change them. If we try to change them, this means that we don't really like them. It's easier to find someone who's already the way you want him or her to be instead of trying to change that person. Interesting. It's interesting that that is what came up, that I just like felt the need to read, because with this affirmation in the next steps of the 4 agreements, all of my problems have solutions. All of my problems have solutions. So maybe you feel that you have a problem right now with trying to change someone, or maybe you feel like you have right now you're in this you have an issue with maybe wanting to be changed by someone, or maybe you want somebody to be a certain way. Maybe you want life to be a certain way. You want things to look a certain way. You want your money to look a certain way. You want your finances. But love, real love, is not trying to change anyone or anything, right? Because releasing the attachment to the source of your significance is in these material things allows you to step into your wholeness, and the wholeness of your connections, the wholeness of your relationships, the wholeness of your life. That way you can accept all of it. That's the solution. To accept everyone and everything as they are, as it is, without trying to change it. That doesn't mean, not trying to improve it. That doesn't mean not trying to better and heal and, be healthier, or, you want your, spouse or partner or someone to be a healthier version of themselves, but you cannot change them. They can only change them. And if you don't like who they are and cannot accept who they are, then you're probably better off cutting it out, cutting out the BS, cutting out that relationship, and finding more clarity of who you want to be with. You probably have an easier time manifesting someone that you're more clear on who you want to be with, as opposed to trying to change that person. Assume nothing. Don't make assumptions. More about relationships. In any kind of relationship, we can make an assumption that others know what we think. And we don't have to say what we want. We assume they're going to do what we want because they know us so well. If they don't do what we want, we feel hurt and think, how could you do this? You should know. You should know. Tony, don't put your nails in my screen, please. You should know, Tony, right? I can see him being a little curious. Tony, please don't put your nails in. So maybe you're feeling like, anxious, or maybe you're feeling curious, or maybe again you're trying to don't make assumptions that they should know. Tony? And so when Tony starts getting really active in my readings, and starts distracting me in my readings, I see that as a sign of this like need, again, this need for me to try to control his cat-like tendencies, right, nature, and that he is trying to get my attention. So I'm hearing that also as my grandma, as someone's earth angel trying to get your attention. And it could be through these ways of irritation. It could be through these ways of someone or something not going the way you want it to go, or someone doing what you want them to do. Don't assume that that means that they don't care. Don't assume that that means that they should know better. But if you are not hearing out what they're trying to say, if they're trying to get your attention for something, to look at it from a different perspective, but you're just assuming that they're just trying to irritate you, you're just assuming that this is just not in the cards, you're just assuming that spirit is not here for you, or that you're not worthy of your dreams, then you're only seeing the problem. But all of your problems have solutions. Don't take anything personally. Don't make the assumptions. Embrace the freedom of not needing to worry about what other people are doing, even if they're distracting, even if they're running around, even if it is not going the way that you had in mind, that you had planned. Number 33 might be a significant number. Number 36 might be a significant number. Number 20. 33 reminds me of the Christ consciousness activation as well, of Jesus' crucifixion. You know, he was 33 when that happened. So I'm thinking about that transformation from man, from death to life, to rebirth, to wholeness, to manifestation. But you can't assume that everybody knows what you're manifesting. You can't assume that your partner knows what it is that you want in your heart space if you're not expressing that. They can't read your mind. You can't assume that the world can read your mind of what you want. You can't assume that even spirit, even though our divine source creator knows what we want, what our soul wants, and it is inevitably speaking and attracting in what it is that our soul wants. However, if our soul is wanting something, but the energy of it is based in a space of lack, right? It's in the space of, I don't want this. Well, whatever it is that you're focusing on is what is going to manifest. So you're transforming, cutting out, and becoming more clear of what it is that you do want, focusing more on what you do want as opposed to what you don't want, so that you can manifest from a place of abundance, of wholeness, as opposed to from a place of lack and scarcity and ego. I hope this makes sense. If it does, definitely give this video a thumbs up. And if it does, definitely reflect on this today, this weekend. You have a beautiful weekend ahead of you. Transformation into the journey of wholeness and manifestation. You got this. Just go beyond the mind. Trust and find the clarity that divine is wanting to seek for you, with you. And just don't assume anything about it. Everything you want is on its way. You just have to ask for it clearly and trust that it is coming in. Okay? All right. Thank you, Spirit, and thank you, viewers, for watching this. I really do hope that this helps you for this weekend. I hope that you were able to get some great insight from this. If you would like to book a personal tea and tarot soul session with me, you receive a 1 ounce loose leaf handcrafted tea with your tarot session. If you are in the United States, you can email me at my FemRems apothecary, femrems811@gmail.com. Information's in my description box below. You can also find me on my social media on Instagram or TikTok, Princess Leah 888. And until next time, my beautiful beloveds, thank you for joining. Peace and love. Namaste. Bye.